Race Week and Masters Week all in one weekend. What an amazing time it is to be
overloaded.
alive. Yeah.
Sensory overload.
Brady got overloaded. This is the SHW F1 podcast. We are your underinformed American buddies talking F1. I'm Tom Delicati here with John White and the doctor, Brady King. Got a fun show for you today. We've got important takeaways from Bahrain. Who walked away on top and bottom? Not our top five, bottom five, but whose stock's going up and whose stock's going down. And then we'll talk about Jeddah for a little while. That Saudi Arabia Grand Prix is coming up this weekend, so we've got to talk about that, the third leg of our triple header. But before we can do any of that, a tradition unlike any other, our 15-second race reviews. And this week, to open things up with Masters Week, I'm going to throw it to the doctor.
Yeah? All right. Let's
Get
do
'em.
it. George, you have to do 35 laps on softs. That's audacious. George, you may lose your transponder. Okay. George, you might lose DRS. That's not okay. George, the steering wheel might fall off. George, the last lap, we're going to need you to Flintstone the car, please.
Did anyone else, when I first heard it, did anyone else think when he said that was audacious, I thought he asked, "Are you atheist?"
Nope, I did not hear that at all.
No, I did not catch that.
No.
I didn't rewind to go back and listen because I'm like, well, it says audacious on the typing on the screen, but I heard him call him atheist.
It's because he kind of sounds like Kermit when he talks. He's like the British Kermit, so you don't always get all the pronunciation of every word.
Now I kind of wish the engineer would respond. He's like, I'm sorry, did you call me atheist?
Yeah, I didn't catch that. Please repeat.
We are checking.
Wrong team. All right, I'm going to go. Hello, IT support. Yeah, our pit lane lights at Red Bull aren't working. Try turning it off and on again. Hello, IT. Yeah, the timing tower graphics are going crazy on TV. Well, try turning it off and on again. Hello, IT. Yeah, DRS isn't working properly. Just reboot. Hello, IT. Yeah, these tires suck. Hey, Lewis, you can't keep calling here to complain about tires.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I like that.
All right, Johnny.
Well, Bahrain. Look who decided to show up and have a race. Anything could have been better than Japan, and we would have known this to be true if whoever was running the cameras would just leave it on long enough for us to see what's happening. Felt like I was watching the race on TikTok F1. Do better. Oh, and Red Bull forgot how to do a pit stop, and it cost Max my top 5 finish.
It sure did. It cost, well, I mean, you could blame it on the pit stop. You could also blame it on the car. You could also blame it on his driving. So, yeah.
No, you can't blame it on his driving. Everything else is fine.
Okay.
But don't blame his driving.
Sure. Yeah, he's perfect.
There was a fair bit of blame to go around.
Did anybody else feel like the cameras kept switching at the most inopportune times? Like something great was about to happen, and they're like, let's go to the pit lane. And you're like...
This is a recurring theme. Sometimes you're watching it in the small, like picture in a picture. You're watching the best thing when the main screen can't do it. Go ahead, Brady.
Have you ever gone back to a TV show and it's like 10 seasons long. You go back to season 1, you're like, man, they really didn't find their stride until like season 2.
Alf. Alf was like that.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Okay. This
from Melmac,
felt like
wasn't
season
he?
1.
Wasn't Alf from Melmac?
That is correct.
Is
Yeah.
that the planet
that
he
what
was
it
from?
is?
Yeah. All right.
Alf
Okay.
from Melmac.
Good Trivolo.
Little Trivolo for you.
Little Trivolo for you. Yeah.
Sorry.
This felt like season 1 of F1, right? Like we don't have our crap together. We don't know how to put on a show. Let's just throw it to the pit lane. Whatever,
really bad.
Yeah,
it was
everything
really
was broken.
Bad. I don't know what. Maybe like sand got in all the equipment from being in the desert.
Well, it might have been the whole IT thing. Maybe the cameras were
Yeah.
glitching out as well, and they just had to reboot everything.
Hey, before we really get going into this, I have a poll question. Which color is better, British Racing Green or Augusta National Masters Green?
I'm gonna have to go with Augusta.
John.
I want to say Masters, but I like the hue of British racing better than the Masters green.
Yeah, some of it's recency bias. Like I spent most of my weekend when I was watching TV. I do think I had more Masters content consumed than I had F1 content consumed.
Without a doubt.
And even when I'm watching F1, I'm not paying much attention to Aston Martin. I do really like that color, though.
It's fantastic.
That's true. That's fair.
But I do think that I think I like Masters green better.
I think you like the Masters better. If you put the two greens next to each other and you didn't know what they were, you would go with British Racing Green. But because we love the Masters, we're going to go with the green jacket.
What's the meme of from The Office where like they're holding up the spot the difference between the two pictures and you're like, it's the same picture. What if you hold up British Racing Green to Masters Green and they're exactly the same?
They might be. We should do
It's a conspiracy
compare
theory.
and contrast later on.
There's only one green, and that's
Is it a blue dress or is it a white dress? I don't know.
We found the color green. We found it. Yeah. So, what were your important takeaways from Bahrain?
I would say most important was it was much more interesting than the past few races that we've seen, and I think they must have listened to our episode last week when Tom started saying we're going to change the tires that are brought, how you can use the tires, when they're available. Something changed, and I'm telling you right now, it had to do with tire strategy, because at one point in time, if you look at lap like 35, 37, almost 40, every single type of tire available was being used by one driver or another. Everyone had something different. We had hards, we had mediums, we had soft. Yeah. Everybody was trying something different.
I'll take it further.
Go ahead.
At the safety, because I had this note written down. At the safety car restart, there were at least 5 cars on each of the tire compounds.
God.
At least 5 on soft, at least 5 on medium, and at least 5 on hard, all at the same time on track. Wild.
Yeah, I mean,
cats and dogs living together.
I love it. But that's part of what made the race interesting was tire strategy came into play. Strategy in general came into play. Obviously, there were some mistakes happening on the IT side where pit lanes weren't working and DRS wasn't working, and it forced the errors that were happening on and off the track by the teams and the drivers, forced everyone to step it up a notch. And so you saw a lot more overtakes. You saw a lot more strategy take place. It was just, in general, a much more exciting race to consume.
Yeah, it was really hard to like almost keep track of. There was so much passing and movement on track because, I mean, it wasn't just the passing on track. It was also like so much strategy changes between different teams that you could never really keep track of where somebody really was, like really in their race, right? Because like at one point, it's bad optics, but Max was in 20th. I mean, no, that's not realistic, and he had to pit at a certain spot where he was sort of out of the flow with everybody else. But that made it really difficult and exciting at the same time to see like guys moving up and down the board and having to have fights with guys that you don't normally think that they would have to fight with. So,
like Yuki and Carlos.
Please.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or speaking of which, the on-track battle that we never thought we would get to have is the Alpine of Pierre Gasly holding up the Red Bull of Max Verstappen for 30 laps or however long they were together. it was forever. Max passed him on the very last lap.
Yeah, but I didn't see any of that on my television for whatever reason. They didn't see. Yeah. It wasn't on there.
They did not feel the need to show Piastri winning the race or Max passing on the last lap.
Mm-hmm. But they did make mention of how Gasly was holding up Verstappen. They at least made commentary about it. But I thought that was interesting too, just watching the timing tower. I'm like, man, he's doing a really good job of defending.
Yeah, my two key takeaways.
Low T or high T?
High T.
Right.
High T. For teams, at least this week, was it looks like Alpine kind of figured something out. So
1 week too late in terms of my 3-pointer.
Yeah, they kind of screwed you over on that. I was going to call that out, but you beat me to it. Yep. But Gasly looked great throughout the entire weekend.
Well, he always looks great. I mean,
this is true.
Fairness.
He has looked good in the car.
Also the car performed.
The car
well.
looked it drove real well, and even Doohan looked not bad during qualifying. So the car seems to have a little extra pace. So I'm.
You hear that, Jack? Brady gave you a not bad.
I know. I only have 6 more weeks or whatever before he's got to get fired. So
yeah, not on this pace. He's going to be here for the long haul, buddy.
It's not looking good. But the other one is Mercedes. So I mean, George is obviously just somehow quietly, every week, third, second, whatever. Kimi for a while there was looking good. He fell off a little bit near the end, but somehow I would have to say, like looking at the teams, is Mercedes like the second best car? Are they better than Ferrari right now? I kind of want to say yeah.
I would say they probably are at this point.
It's neck and neck, in my opinion. I don't know if they're better than Ferrari. Mercedes is at a high point, but Ferrari's trajectory, I think, can easily take them higher.
Sure.
Though I did notice, and maybe I'm reading a little too much into this, but Kimi Antonelli made a strong, clean overtake on four-time world champion Max Verstappen in this race very early on, but he did it.
Yeah, he sure did.
And then they immediately cut to Bono. Did you guys see that? And Bono just kind of like looked over at the camera like a skeptical dad, like, I can't believe you just did that. You got real lucky.
If I recall, it was I can't remember which corner it was in, but it was in a corner that you should not be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a ballsy overtake.
It was
a great panda Bono, though.
It was
for the entertainment value. I really liked, Uncle Bono over there. It's just like, hey, I don't know if you should have done that.
Well, and obviously he wasn't able to hold it up because he still lost like 7 positions. So, I mean, he had some great moves, but not the best race result for him. I thought,
yeah, that's fair.
Like, he lost 7, but then you have like Behrman who gained 10 spots. That guy had a pretty solid race. There was nothing
great race.
There's no overtakes like that we could speak of as far as like, man, he overtook Max or he overtook Lewis or he overtook, like, he was just kind of silent and working his way up through the entire race and gained 10 spots. Like, it's pretty damn good.
Should we point out, since you're talking about Ocon, then that I mean, in general, Haas had a pretty good weekend, and not to get ahead of ourselves to your 3-pointer, but
he had
you saw
John,
the meme.
let us know.
You saw the meme I sent.
John was certain to let us know.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Let's call it what it is. Championship leader, John White.
Yes, that's right.
Watch out now.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thanks. Hey, no need to listen to the rest of the episode, folks. You know where I stand.
We're done here. Good night, everybody.
John just checked out.
Speaking of teams that are doing fairly decently, it was up until his entire side pod got ripped out by Godzilla Yuki. Carlos was driving the Williams about as good as you could drive the Williams.
He really was.
I mean, half of his car was missing.
Yeah.
Well, until that point.
That point, he was squeezing every ounce of that car that you could possibly get from a Williams. Mm-hmm. And I mean, honestly, I think Williams in general is doing a lot better than any of us predicted at this point.
They got to turn it into points, though.
Yeah. It's a hard conversion.
Hey, let's take a quick break because I do want to talk more about, losers and leaders, if you will, or stock up, stock down. So let's take a quick break and we'll come back and we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Can I ask a quick question on the Williams from you guys?
Sure.
Ask away, my boy.
So some of these cars, they sound a little like each car sounds a little different. I'm kind of surprised considering that the engine's the same basic design for all of them. In terms of size and power or whatever. But does the Williams just sound angrier than the other cars to you guys?
It's got a little more low end, sure.
Yeah. Some more twang to it.
But the sound is more, and this is my loose knowledge of how this is produced, but the sound, I believe, is more about like the manifold and the exhaust system. Mm-hmm. It's less about, everybody makes their engines differently. There are 3-4 different engine providers on the grid right now. And even like a Ferrari engine in the Ferrari will sound slightly different than the Ferrari engine in the Haas.
Yeah.
And that's how exhausts work, people.
Were you
The more you know.
Were you surprised at all? This is a little off topic, but were you surprised at all that when they went to the cool down room and George just started stripping down?
Not in the slightest bit.
No. Yeah.
Tarps off, boys.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're on my podcast now, people, and we don't wear shirts."
I came in second.
I'm surprised he didn't just walk in doing the T-pose with his shirt
Oh
off.
gosh, good
Yeah.
lord!
Why does
Okay.
he even drive with a shirt on?
Who knows?
I don't get it. Just
Regulation, I think.
We've got to
Probably.
talk. We've got to talk about McLaren because this is 3 out of 4 races that they've won. Sorry.
and run.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Oscar has won 2.
Mhm.
Lando has won 1. Oscar lights out all weekend. I think he was great. I think he
Indeed.
was fantastic in the race, especially. Lando's just really, really messy right now. He had a quote after the race and said, "Everyone says I'm leading the championship, and I don't know how I am at the minute, so I'm pretty surprised."
Things change pretty quick. I mean, 2 weeks ago we would have said Lando could just walk away with it. Now it doesn't quite look that way. And then 2 weeks from now, we could be singing a different tune about that. I mean, to me, the way the cars are set up and the way the McLaren seems to be set up in particular is whoever outqualifies the other and running in the clean air is going to have a huge advantage. So
I think that's
really-
been true for pretty much anyone who's been on pole. Like,
Yeah.
all races, I believe, up to this point have been won by who got on pole,
right.
including the
So-
sprint.
It doesn't take much. I mean, we know Lando's got a huge amount of pace, and over a short little run in a qualifying, all he has to do is put together a couple of good laps, and he can then put himself in a really good position to win. So I don't think it is a matter of like he's lost it or something. It's not like that. He'll get it back. The question is when and how many pieces of the puzzle here is Piastri going to pick up that Lando just fumbles. I don't know. It's going to be obviously the really good question as we go forward, but it's both those guys' race to lose at this point. The car is obviously the best car out there. They've got 2 of the strongest drivers. They both can just walk away from everybody else. They both seem to be relatively consistent. Lando's just been inconsistent the last 2 weeks. I just don't think that's indicative of anything major. But he does need to get... This week did look a little bit more chaotic. I don't like the trend. I would rather see him coming around the other way. So,
Can I give you a hot take on Lando and his current standing?
of course. Yeah.
I think the first...
He's done.
No, I think the
He's
first
out.
3
Okay.
races weren't necessarily indicative of Lando. They were more indicative
Mhm.
of a lack of competition. And I think what we're seeing from Lando is Lando. And we saw it last year. Inconsistent starts. I mean, hell, he couldn't even line up and start his car without getting a penalty from the very beginning because he was over the line. I think Lando's fantastic, by the way, and I'm a huge fan. But Lando has never been known for being consistent. And I think that although he was inconsistent in the first 3 races and in this last race, it was more about the rest of the field getting a feel for their cars. Because you got to remember, we still have a lot of driver changes that have taken place. Lewis going to Ferrari. We've got, Carlos moving down. We've got Yuki moving over, or Lawson. There's a lot of movement happening there, and cars are still not exactly running the way that they should be running, and teams are still making mistakes. As the season progresses, it's going to be much more difficult for him to hold on to that spot if he can't get rid of these mistakes because everybody else is catching him.
I think the body of work so far this season, if you were a betting man, I think the smartest money is on Oscar right now because he had a bad thing happen in Australia. Otherwise, he's right on Lando's heels. It could be looking very different right now if a couple little things had gone differently for Oscar that were somewhere within his control and others were not. But I do think smart money's on Oscar right now. And I think Lando, it's not necessarily a lack of consistency because I do think he's consistently fast. It's the sloppiness. It's like your stomach after a night of eating hot Indian food. Like it's going to be messy more than it is solid when it comes out. And that's where he's at right now. He's messy. He's like a tiny bit of diarrhea. Like if I'm not trusting the fart, that's kind of what Lando's at right now.
Wow. Who knew Tom would be, of the 3 of us, the one to bring potty humor or potty analogies
been a while.
back to the cast?
It's been a while.
So kudos to you, Tom.
I felt like it's just been the one missing piece of our podcast for a little while, so I thought I'd
Way to bring it back.
touch the bathroom, check the bathroom humor box.
Well, we have another topic that may have some bathroom humor.
Ooh.
If we're going to do a rookie roundup, didn't we refer to this as the duties, I believe, right? We were calling them the dudes.
Oh, we were workshopping
yeah.
that.
the dude awards.
Yeah. The rookie duties.
Yeah, the rookie duty.
The rookie duties.
The rookie duties.
So who's a dude for you this weekend? Is it Behrman?
It's got to be Behrman, right?
Yeah.
I think this is his second duty.
It is his second duty. It is his.
This is never
yeah,
not
it's
going to be
his
fun.
second
anyway.
number 2.
Yeah, he was one of the first winners. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be Behrman. I mean, he another
Starts
points
20th.
finish, right? Starts 20th, another points finish. So in a car that he should not be doing that in, right? Now, granted, a little bit of the safety car help, but isn't that kind of the point? Like, put yourself in a position to win, right?
Well, and everybody got the safety car help, so it wasn't like we didn't
Well,
see
not
6
everybody,
cars
'cause-
coming in pit, right?
So like Antonelli though was like he came in, they put him on softs right before the safety car, so he did not benefit from that. That hurt him quite a bit. So be there when it falls the right way. I mean, that's basically what Behrman did in this case. And don't fumble it, right? Don't do something stupid, and you're going to find yourself in points.
Well, and interesting. I mean, we all kind of expected more points out of Antonelli just because he's the rookie and the best of all, or, of the 5 different manufacturers who are on the grid right now, or 5 different cars. He's the one in the best opportunity to score points, and he should be up there regularly. And the score reflects it after 4 races. He's got 30 points, but the next rookie on the list of championship points is Ollie Behrman with 6. He's ahead of Hadjar, who has 4. Lawson, Doohan, and Bortoletto are all on 0. So only 3 of them have scored points, and he's smack dab in the middle in a Haas.
In a Haas.
Right.
That's very commendable.
There is a guy, I should give him a shout out. So the Flying Rocket, sure, why not, on Reddit, has a rookie championship. So the rules here are like race points. So first is 15, second is 12, third is 10th, fourth, 8th, 5th, 6th. 6 is 4 points. And then there's some stuff for sprints also. But basically just taking into account the rookies.
Mm-hmm.
So where we're at right now after Bahrain, Kimi is at 65 points.
Yes, leading the rookie championship.
But Ali is at 53.
Wow.
Right. And that's like thinking back to how the race is like, it didn't feel like he's right there, but he is. And then the next one down is Hadjar at 38, Liam at 25, Doohan at 24, and Gabby, well, you got 15, buddy. But
well, and I think Antonelli would have been a lot closer if he wouldn't have had this bad weekend, because his other races have been in the points.
That
like,
gap
this is
would be
one
different.
bad weekend for him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm.
Yep.
And a bad weekend for him is 11th, mind you, like barely out of the points. That's
right.
Well, Antonelli would be leading the rookie championship, and Behrman would be in second. But in terms of our rookie duties, Ollie, you're top step of the podium right now, so keep it up, buddy.
You're first in my duties.
Hey, your award will be arriving next week in Saudi Arabia, hand delivered by Dr. King.
I'm gonna need like a temperature controlled truck though to bring those duties.
Yes.
Nobody wants a hot duty.
Nobody wants a runny duty.
Room temperature at best.
There we go.
So before we review our top 5, bottom 5 from last weekend and pick for Jeddah this weekend, do we have a word from our sponsors?
We do. We picked up a new sponsor this week.
Always a new
sponsor every week. We love that. Thank you to our sponsors. Do you need to see far distances but can't? Want to know what someone is doing 18 miles away but don't have Hawkeyes? Do we have the solution for you? Arabian goggles. From Aladdin to Lawrence, Arabian goggles have been used for hundreds of years, and not just for the sleeping eye. All shapes and sizes are welcome. See anything you want, wherever you want, however you want, with Arabian goggles. Buy today at arabiangoggles.sa.
It's a very specific number to say from 18 miles away.
Yeah.
That's the distance. That's as far as they go.
Yeah, not 19.
No.
Not
I can't do
17.
19.
No.
What are you talking about, 19? It's 18. Can't do 19.
So I mentioned it earlier, John. You've leapfrogged us to take the lead in our points picks championship. You have 28 points right now, thanks to your 3-pointer hitting, which was
Haas will overtake in points this weekend.
Pass Williams.
Yes, pass Williams. Sorry.
And
They
they
needed
did.
5 points.
They did.
Yep.
And how many points did they get?
They got 5.
Exactly
They
5.
got exactly 5 points.
It was great.
And
Well
we
done,
all
sir.
thought he was crazy. We called him
Yep.
a madman. But you also got 7 out of 10 correct on your top 5, bottom 5. So congrats on that. This is a big weekend for you. So a full 10 points out of this weekend.
Great
out
weekend.
of 13 possible. That's a big haul.
Where's my green jacket?
Brady, you and I had 6 correct. You had 7 correct. So a good
Yeah.
weekend from you. But we both
Mhm.
lost our 3-pointers. So Brady and I
Yep.
are tied at 26. John's at 28. And it's time to make the picks for this weekend. So that means with our new championship leader, John must go first.
Love it. Give me on my top 5 to be specific this week. I'll take a pair of McLarens. I will take a George Russell, a Max Verstappen, and you know what? Why the hell not? Go ahead and give me a pair of Mercedes.
Okay.
Batum, Bort, Do, Law, Hadge, Alonso.
I was gonna say
All
until you
rookies
got
and
to
the
Alonso-
oldest guy on the grid.
Yep.
Until you got to Alonso, I also like that we just don't give the bottom any respect and like, nah, I'm not pronouncing your whole name.
Nah, you
Yep.
don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't pronounce the whole name until you get a point, but I did say Alonso.
All right. And what about your 3-pointer?
I am going back-to-back victories for Oscar Piastri.
I mean, calling your shot, we've always said was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is something that we really can't go back on.
I mean, you can if you want to, but if it were
Max
that's
from
what I
2
was gonna
years
say.
ago,
Yeah.
yeah. But Piastri has not earned that reputation yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Thanks, fellas.
I would agree. So that means Brady, you're up.
All right. So I'm going to try and break the mold here a little bit. So I'm going to go with Lando and Piastri.
This is bottom 5.
But then,
Mhm.
top.
Okay.
But then I'm going to go Leclerc,
Hmm.
George, and Kimi. No Max.
No Max
No
again.
Max, no Lewis.
No Max. No Lewis.
That would
I wonder
Okay.
when was the last time. That would be an interesting statistic or some trivia if anybody brought that up next time. When was the last time that Max Verstappen
Mm-hmm.
or Lewis Hamilton were not in the top 5 finishing a race?
Other than when they like maybe crashed out, because I can think of a few times when they hit
Mhm.
each other.
But that was how many years ago?
Yeah, I mean that's
3?
fair.
Like how many races has it been
Yeah.
since one of them didn't finish in the top 5?
Hey, homework
Hmm.
for the listener. Tweet us,
Yeah.
SHW Podcast.
Don't come back until you have an answer.
That's right. Let us know.
All right. So your bottom.
Okay. Give me a Bort. Give me a Stroll. Give me a Lawson. Give me a Hulk and an Alonso.
No love for the old man.
Side note, man, did it really hurt when Alonso was like, "Hey, we did a good job this week," and he like qualified in like 15th or whatever, and they're like, "We got the best out of the car we can get." Like, oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might be done
That's not
after
good.
this season.
Jeddah will be very different. It'll be
Mm.
so different.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Your 3-pointer.
My 3-pointer. So if I remember this correctly, I wrote this down earlier this week. I think he's behind by 2 points. So I was going to say Kimi will pass Leclerc in the championship points.
So Kimi has
Let me
30.
double check that.
Leclerc has
Yep.
32.
32. Yep. So Kimi needs at least 3 more points.
Antonelli has only finished ahead of Leclerc on track
Once.
Mhm.
at Australia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
China and the sprint, Leclerc beat him on track, even though Leclerc got DQ'd. So
Mhm.
Leclerc's beat him on track in China for the sprint, in China for the main race, in Japan, and in Bahrain.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that.
So, yeah, so we're basically saying Antonelli has to beat him on track.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. I still don't like my gut is telling me no, like this is going to be easy, but I think I need to let you have it. My top 5, I'm going to go with McLaren, Russell, and I do think both Ferraris have something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Leclerc and Hamilton. I know
But
that's
Hamilton's
how
got to get it together at some point, right?
That's how the race finished this week. It was 2 Ferraris, 2 McLarens, and a Mercedes, and I'm like lamely picking the same to finish in the top 5 next week. But these are the 5 that I have the most confidence in, which is weird.
So you're going McLaren, Ferrari, and a George? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, I don't know what to do about the bottoms because I feel like I have exactly the same as one of you. I picked both Stakes, both Aston Martins, and then I've got to just. It's almost like I'm just throwing a dart at the wall, seeing who winds up there. Like I picked Albon last week, and I thought that was a good selection because I do think that Williams just has the horrible luck of one of their cars finishing low, and it was Carlos instead of Albon.
Yeah, it was the wrong car. Right team, wrong
exactly.
car.
Yeah. I want to pick Lawson, but I'm going to pick Doohan instead. So Doohan is the final piece of my bottom 5. And for my 3-pointer, the more I read this, the more I'm skeptical about whether or not it's worth it. But I said at least 2 drivers will crash out of the race. And I was almost more specific here, but tell me if that's okay.
So what do you mean by crash?
Yeah, you got to define that.
So not DNF.
Not a mechanical failure.
Yep.
Not like they will actually have to crash.
So
and be out of
clarifying question, not because I'm trying to get pedantic here, but would Carlos's this week have counted as a crash out?
No, because he still drove himself to the pits and retired the
car.
car.
So a crane must
they got to
come
lift it
and
off
lift
the car.
that car off the track.
Yeah. I don't know if we have to say, well, they might
crash.
be able to push it behind.
It's got to be a crash.
Yeah.
It's got to be a crash.
No
It can't just be...
back.
Yeah, it can't just be mechanical failure, engine failure, or something like that. It's crash.
Got it.
To crash.
A collision
2 crashes.
where one or more automobile is not able to drive away from it.
That's correct.
Okay.
I mean, Jeddah's scary. I mean, as the walls are right there. But I don't know. People have been very safe, so I'll give it to you. I like it.
During the race.
Correct.
Okay.
Sunday.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Watch there be like 4. He only said 2.
Be...
He didn't say 2 or more.
2 or more.
Nope.
I said at least 2. I said, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, you said at least 2,
be
but not or more.
Okay. That should do it for us. I mean, we really didn't talk about Jeddah. We love it. It's going to be awesome. I hope it's awesome. It's still kind of tight, but it's a great track. It was a really great track. Not certain that it's going to be a great track for overtakes, but we should see some undercuts.
Just bring the soft tires, Pirelli. Just bring the soft tires.
Bring lots of tires.
It'd be great. Yeah. I think we're going to go back to 1 stop. I don't think we're going to be 2-stop territory.
I wonder if Pirelli looks at that and is like embarrassed that everyone's like, I hate the hard tire. Like, whatever. I'd
rather have 1 tire that they hate than 2 tires that they love.
I'm with you on that.
And I really liked that it was the hard tire because they couldn't test that in practice. They didn't know until they put it on in the race and they're like, we screwed up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
More of that, please.
Yeah. And more of the learning from other teams. Like, oh, he's really struggling on that hard tire. And are we sure we want to do this? That kind of stuff. Like, can we make this medium stint last longer? That's the type of like situational unpredictability that makes a race very interesting for the entire time. And the fact that we sprinkled in a safety car in Bahrain, it was wonderful from a fan's perspective.
It made it very audacious. I'll tell you that.
Atheists.
Oh, atheists. It was very atheist. Sorry.
It was very atheist of them.
Yep.
Yes.
No, it should be a fun weekend again. It's fun that we're going to get the 3rd leg of a triple header. Are you burnt out from race weekends yet? Are you ready for a break?
No.
Nope. Keep them coming.
Not at all. We just got to watch the race after we find some Easter eggs, and then we're good to go.
Right. Well, after this weekend, we get a break, and then they go to Miami. So prep yourself for a normal-ish, comfortable start time.
Mr. 305 worldwide.
That's keep going. What else you got?
That's all I got.
That's all I had to remember the lyrics.
All right. This episode ran too long. I got to edit this down. We're going to just get out of here at this point. We love you guys. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.